This is where my heart started to go pitter-patter. I started thinking about Jesus telling this story. I started thinking about the action of the Samaritan towards this man. And I realized that the actions of the Samaritan towards this man are the actions of Jesus towards us. We're like the dead man on the side of the road, nearly dead. We were made for a relationship with God, but our enemies, Satan, sin, and death, have come for our very lives. They have beat us till we're almost dead. They won't be satisfied until we're dead. Your soul has a real enemy that is not interested in you experiencing joy, and very interested in you pursuing things that will ultimately never lead to your joy. We were made for a relationship with God, but our enemies, Satan, sin, and death, leave us dead or nearly dead on the side of the road. But what does Jesus do when he sees us nearly dead on the side of the road? He sees us. He sees you. He sees you. Some of you, that's all you need to hear this morning. He sees you. He sees you, and he comes to you. You didn't go to him. He comes to you. What does he do? He bandages your wounds. He comes to comfort you. He puts you on his donkey. Might sound a little weird, but what does Jesus do to us? Jesus adopts the posture of a servant towards us, even though we were the ones that should be serving him. He serves us. He loves us. He considers us more important than himself. He gets off his donkey and bears our burdens. On the cross, he bears our sin. In his resurrection, he offers us new life. Let you ride on my donkey. I'll lead it. And then he pays for our whole stay. Jesus paid the price on the cross and his resurrection so that we can be healed, so that our relationship with God can be made right, so that it can be restored. So this story tells the story of Jesus' actions towards us on the cross and in his resurrection. You know what else tells that story? Baptism tells that story. Baptism, as we go under the water, tells the story that we were dead. We were dead in our sin. We were dead. And when we come out of the water, that tells the story. Jesus made us alive. Jesus came to us. Jesus has loved us. It's Jesus' life in us. So Jesus restores us. But Jesus doesn't just restore us so that we're restored. Jesus restored us to be people of restoration. Jesus heals us to be people of healing. There's a biblical word I love it, and it's the word reconciled. It means put back in right relationship. And the authors of the New Testament write that in Christ, God has reconciled us. He has reconciled us. Why? So that we can be agents of reconciliation. Reconciled to be ministers of blessing and reconciliation in the world. Our becoming people of restoration, healing, and reconciliation doesn't earn us access to God's presence. We need God's presence in us to be people of restoration, healing, and reconciliation. Sometimes we mix up the order. We're trying to earn something. No. We need his presence in us. And when his presence is in us, when we come to him, our broken, dead selves, and we come to him and he abides in us, then he changes us and we become agents of restoration and healing and reconciliation in our world.